idea. Here we go. There's the back. Bringing it up. That's not too bad. Okay, let's get that sound going so you can hear me. Alrighty, so what do we need to do? We need to grab this body, and we've got that body. We need to get in there and drill those holes. I've got the drill bit too. I've got black hardware. It's got Mr. Glynn's Cruel Mistress vintage telly pickups, brass saddles, bone nut. It's all good.
Nice.
Where the weed at? What's going on? Thank you for the follow. Good to see you. Welcome on in.
Who?
Okay, so that's that guy there. But that's to show you that copper-looking red cedar when it really gets polished up. It really looks copperish.
Come here, little guy. Come here, my little boy. Hello. How you doing? How you doing? Hey? Good boy.
To go on top. So that's what we did there. That back's going to be sensational. That is so smooth. Very smooth. Ha! Absolutely. They are drums. They're percussion instruments as well as stringed instruments. They can be used. If you watch the old flamenco guys, the old Spanish guys, they're doing all that stuff. They're going tippa-toppa-tippa-tippa-dum, ring, ring. Nice. What is going on? Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the Guitar Showers. Hello, Terry. Hello, Dana. Thank you very much for the resub, Dana. 28 months. Lots of months. Karen Day. How you doing? Good to see you as well. Buddy's in the stream. He's always around. He's up on the bed upstairs having a little snooze at the moment. Guys, let's get some stuff done. So we're building this bass. We're going to work on a little bit more on the neck today. I'm going to cut a couple of cavities for some rods. I'll show you what I've got. With a big cheer, 300. Woohoo! Thank you very much. Let's go to the bench and have a little look-see. Okay, so here's our neck. Let me raise this up a bit. Okay, here's our neck. Right there is the back of it. The body's going on here. We've got that all glued up and squared up now. I've added a couple of little tabs here to just widen where the headstock's going. We're going to cut that now and get that angled headstock. So that headstock's going on there. And you can see here, if I pop that there, you'll see that shape fits right there. Okay, that is our 0 fret. The nut's going in there. That headstock is going in there. Not 6 holes, just 4. We're going to put 4 in here. It's a bass after all. But that's the headstock that we're going to use, and we added a little bit of maple on the side. The other thing I've done is I've got a couple of really hard pieces of ebony, and the reason we've got ebony is we're going to put, there is a truss rod going down the middle here. We're also going to put a couple of rods, ebony rods in channels in there as well, to give it a little bit more stiffness, because those big bass steel strings, those big bass strings are so tense. Those big fatties are so tense. We need to make sure that that truss rod is supported on either side with a little bit more wood that doesn't bend much. It's nice and firm. So people use carbon fiber. Some people use metal rods, but that's going to add weight. This is very light. Carbon fiber is strong and light as well. But these thin pieces of ebony are probably light, and they'll go in there like so, and we'll bury those in there to give it a little bit more stiffness, added stiffness. Who else have we got? Rage is in the house. Rage. Got my workout in, eating dinner, then going to try and run the pups around. Excellent. Karen, I like that. It looks sharp. Terry, you like that? It looks sharp. A little bit like me. Sharp dressed guitar. We also have to do some work on the body. There's the, and that fretboard's going to go over the top like that, my friends. To hide this thing. Okay, so that fretboard's going to go over the top like that eventually, but that's the face edge there. So this guy's all ploughed out and fancy free. What I need to do now is I need to cut this headstock. I need to get this headstock cut. It's nice and flush at the back. Not really. We've got to trim that up a little bit, but first we've got to cut that angle. So I'm going to work out what I need to do there, and I'm going to cut that angle from here back, away. And we're going to cut that down to there. And I'm going to measure possibly around about the 12-degree mark. I need to get enough of an angle to put a nice break angle and pull those, make sure that headstock is nice and keeping that tension over that nut, and it doesn't bring it up or bend that headstock up too much. So a break angle is needed, and also a volute is going to go in the back of this as well to thicken that break angle as well. So we need to measure out some angles here. So I'm going to grab my little protractor, wherever that little bugger is. It's up here. Here we go. Protractor, and I'm going to check the angular fandangular of that guy. I'm going to take the break angle off this Gibson and try and replicate that. So I could use this and just do it that way, but I'd rather not because that's very steep. But it's about right. So let me just quickly work that out. I'm going to measure that and just double check what that angle is. That angle there, my friends, is roughly 12 degrees. It's roughly 12 degrees, which is about right. We're going to do something similar here. I'm going to mark out with a square. I'm going to mark out a straight line straight down here where this guy joins. So that's 90 now to the edge. And I'm going to, actually that's not very good. I need to do it further this way. There. I'm going to measure this angle. Okay. There's the angle that I want for the headstock. Going to give it some thickness now, 12 mil or so. The length of that guy goes to about there. Total length, we'll go a little bit over. Let's go 7 inches. Let's go 7 1/4. 7 1/4 inches, which is just where we want it. Perfect. And we can trim that back a little bit when we need to. Need to measure down 12 mil. Perfectly right on the edge there. Okay. 12 mil down. Join it up. Join it up. You guys. And there's our angled headstock. Something like that. Okay. There's our angled headstock. We need to cut that off with a saw. I'm going to cut this off first. This excess length here. I'm just going to take that over to the bandsaw and do that quickly, and then I'll come straight back. We'll catch up with the chat when I come back. this. Okay, here we are. So we've got that guy squared up. You can see that joinery's worked really well. You can see how neat that Paduk is in there with that maple. And what we need to do now is cut this guy. Cut it down. Cut it down there, man. I've got to cut it right down there. So I'm going to grab Lisa's favorite saw, the Japanese Shinto. No, not the Shinto rasp, the Japanese saw. The draw sword. The sword. Swords, Karen. Swords. Nifty in the house. What's going on, Nift? Good to see you, brother. And Leslie's here as well. Hello, hello. Rage, what is going on? I have heard from Maui Lynn. I heard from Lynn as well. She and her family and her home are safe and wants everyone to know she appreciates the thoughts and prayers. She has been without power since the fire started, but has a generator. Going to help Maui residents could donate to mauistrong.org. Yes, exactly. Help those people out. They've been very hard done by some very, very nasty things. So let's help those people out. Lynn is a very good friend of the show, and we want to make sure that she's well and her people in her community come out of this on a good side. Nice demo, number 7 on Insta, my friend. Sounded great. Yeah, she's playing really heavy at the moment. She's doing really well. So number 7 had a little play. If you haven't seen number 7, or heard, I should say, number 7, I strum a few chords and play a couple of little power hard rock power pieces. Have a listen to number 7. She's sounding really good. Yeah, that new neck's really nice, by the way. I'm enjoying that a lot. Okay, so let's get on to this. Let's cut this guy up. I'm going to grab my sword. Karen, sword. As Karen would say, sword. Which one do I need? I need the big bugger with the big teeth. Big teeth. I need the big teeth. This guy. Danger, Will Robinson. This guy's going to slice and dice you up badly. So I'm going to cut that by hand, straight down there. Okay, straight down there. Still make light work of it. I've got to be very careful though. So I'm going to turn this over a little bit, probably this way, because I'm right-handed. And I'm going to start along here. I'm going to clamp this down to keep it still. And we have to keep it still. Move that across. So there. Right across there, we've got to cut that straight down there. But what I need to do is clamp this guy down in a position where I'm happy to cut it. I think it's probably easier this way. Yep, I think I'll do it this way. Let's clamp that guy down. How many clamps do we need, Terry? Only a couple. I just dropped one. That's okay, I'll pick that up. What am I doing? Okay. That guy back up. Clamp it up. Clamp this guy down here. Just keep that guy from not shaking too much. Nice and firm. We're going to start over here. And we're going to take a cut. What are we doing here? Let's have a look at the right side. Okay, we're going to cut that bit off there, and then we're going to cut that bit off there. We're going to take the top face only off at the moment. I want to keep that side flat because we want to use that against the flat surface for when we run the channels through with a router eventually. Eventually! Right. Let's go. Let's do this. Let's do this. Very, very big saw. I've got to get it to bite first. There we go. Once it bites, it snarls and growls and does all sorts of things. I'm going to work my way across, just gently scoring that and getting a straight edge. Yeah, nice. Straight down that line. We'll cut that guy and then we'll obviously sand it flat. Get all that mark, the tool marks off it, and the cutting saw marks. I'm going to have to turn that over and get an overhanging. I might just bring this up a bit. Hang it over the edge. Right. Grab this end here. Like this guy here. There. A bit better. Then I can just keep going right down through there. A little bit more, just to give it a bit more clearance. There we go. Just want to make sure I clear that clamp and I don't smash into it. Don't smash into the clamp. Just nice and slowly, gently cutting through there. We're about halfway through. Terry, we have enough clamps. There's plenty of clamps. Relax. Just shut your eyes and let it happen. It's fine. Telephone's ringing. Let me find out where that is. And of course, it's a scam number. My usual 11 o'clock scam call. Have you had your scam call yet, Terry? Who else is getting scam called every day? More clamps. No, Terry. No more clamps. Don't be like that. Woo! I'm going to grab the other saw now and use its cross teeth to get across there, cross cut. A little bit on an angle, so a cross cut will probably do a little bit better. I'm going to try it and see how we go. Oh, get up here, you son of a gun. Right, let's get this little guy going. Because this little cross cut baby is going to probably cut through the rest of it a lot quicker now that we've gone pretty much all the way down the bottom. I can use this guy. Speed up. Whoops. All right, I'm hitting the base now of that saw, so I'm going to grab my big hand saw now, which is a little bit violent. The big Irwin's a little bit too thick for that, but that slot's okay now because I've gone all the way through. So this should rip through the rest of it quite easily without damaging anything. The teeth are a little bit bigger, but that's okay. Oh man, there's more timber there than you think. We're getting there. We're getting there. We're getting there. Go, you good thing. I'll flip that over now and cut the other side and meet it halfway. No, I won't. I'll keep going. I'll keep going on this side. because I don't want to mark up the other side. That's fine. Clamp it up. Clamp it up, Magoo. Right. And I might just grab another clamp and keep that little bench from wiggling around a little bit. Wiggling around a little bit too much for my liking. Excuse me. Clamp. Get another clamp. And just clamp this guy. Right, good. Nice and sturdy. Sturdy stuff. Yeah, you told me. I know. I'm listening to you now. I'm slowly getting used to taking your barking instructions. Woo! Let me get the other saw. Excuse me. This bugger. Ooh. We're almost there. Coming through to the other side. One more clamp, one more clamp. I'll go around the other side of the, what's this? Oh, wow. Okay. Go around the other side of the table here. And clamp this mother down. Clamp the mother down. Okay, it's a bit better. Yes, a bit more stable. Because this big saw is grabbing that wood. Nearly there, nearly there. Bottom now, and just cut through the bottom half of it, the bottom quarter. This in now. Trying to make room here. All right, now we turn it over. Cut the rest off. Just follow that line and join those two lines. There's only that much left to cut through, and then we're good. It's a good song, Terry. I know you don't recognise it, but it's a good song. I can tell that you like the tune. Okay. How are we going to do this? I need to clear this guy. Clamp down in the right places. No, I don't. Now, Lynn. There she is. Speak of the devil. How are you, Lynn? Welcome on in. Prayers go out to you and your family and friends, and I hope you guys are. Recover quickly. Yes, I've got those fingers sorted. Don't worry about that. And it doesn't matter if I lose one or two. I've got a few left. I'm not out of fingers yet. It'll take them a lot more than that to stop me. Let me tell you for nothing. Let me tell you that for free. Free of charge. Let me get my little saw and join these two lines together. There is a pencil somewhere here. Oh, come on. There's a little bit of a straight stick. Just going to draw a little line here. Just to give you a bit of a visual heads up, as they say in the trade. A visual heads up. Is that a thing, Terry? Is that a thing? Is that a word? Is that a phrase? A visual heads up. What does that even mean? Get the big guns, rip right through the rest of it. Let's go. Carefully, carefully. Don't rush. No one said rush. Getting stuck with the thickness of that guy. Getting close now, guys, getting close. Just a little bit holding it together. Just a little bit holding it together. Just in the middle section here. Woo! Getting there, getting there. We're almost there, folks. Whew. Oh yeah, she's just hanging on. Just hanging on. Woo! Bingo. Right. Okay, let's have a look. There it is. Okay, so we need to plane that now nice and flat. It's a good straight cut. It's really good. Really good. Nice and straight. I'm going to sand that a little bit further. Till about there. We're going to place the shape of that headstock over that guy. Like that. Okay, we're going to mark that out. Center line. I need to extend that center line. Just so I can line this doofus up properly. Just to have a look at what it looks like. That's 3 3/4. Line down there. That. And of course, pop this guy here. Like so. And see how we go with this headstock. Just to give you an idea what that shape's going to be like. All right, there's our headstock. And I'm thinking I've got this beautiful piece of flamed Queensland. I cut that out and make a black butt cap. What do you think, Terry? Do we need it? Do we put a black butt cap on that? What do you say? A bit of quilted black butt cap? Or, I've got a better idea. So we've got these rods going here. So my idea is, what about the bacon wood? Okay, the bacon wood. We've got all this spare up here. I can use that to put that as a laminate on the headstock to match the body. That's what we're going to do. Mario in the house. Mario, what's going on? Ha! Yes! Rage is happy. Rage. Do we take the bacon wood? This guy. And do we cut this bit up here that we don't use, which is big enough? It's like 8 inches by 4 inches. A nice big laminate to throw on top of that and give that headstock a nice matching. I think that's going to work. I think that's what we're going to do. Ladies and germs. Let me be specific about that. Ladies and germs, that's what we're going to do. So now what's left to do, ladies and gents, is we got to route some cavities in here for the truss rods and what have you. So I'm going to grab a truss rod. Let me grab a truss rod. I don't have my base truss rod here, but I'm going to use another one just for sizing. I know how. Here is a big fat truss rod. That's what we've got down here. It's going to go to there. And of course, we're going to keep, I've got to sand this guy. Oh, we're going to route that guy down. And we're going to route to about there. And then we're going to route the rest of that cavity, those 3 cavities out. You can see there's the truss rod through there. I won't do that one now until I get the actual truss rod, so I can fit it properly to length. I think that the base truss rod's going to be a couple of inches longer than this, but I need to get it in my hands to make sure. These rods here, though, these down to, I don't want to, yeah, see, I don't want to thickness them down to 1/4 inch. I want to keep them at like 8 mil, a little bit thicker than a 1/4 inch. I might get them down to a 1/4 inch anyway. And I'm going to bring those right in close so that when we do cut that neck out, okay, they've got to be like that. Because that neck's going to go, somewhere down there. They've got to be just inside. And the fretboard's going to cover those. And we're not carving that away. So I need to get these a little bit thinner. I might go thickness these just quickly on the planer and get them down to just a little bit narrower, and then we're good to go. I think let me just run those quickly through the planer. I'll flick over the camera, say hello to you guys. Rage is ecstatic. Mark's in the house too. Mark B. Bumstead. Please book match the headstock cap. Please, please, please. I can do that. What we'll do is use this part here. This is already book matched. I'll just use that beautiful V there, that section there. Why don't we use that section there, which has got that beautiful V? That would be the book matched, and it'd have a nice V on the headstock. That would look good. I think you've got it there. Virtual Gopher in the house. Alexander, what is going on? Yeah, the straight wood look stuff. I'm gonna have enough to cut a couple of pieces. We'll make a decision. I actually like the fact that this is just offset. I do like that for the headstock. But you know what? That body is beautifully book matched. It might look, well, what we'll do is we'll use both. We'll cut both sections out and we'll line up and we'll just make a choice. The book match one might be better, but then again, who knows? What's happening, brother? Gopher's in the house. Good stuff. Good stuff. Ha! Goph, all the trimmings I'll send to you, mate, and you can actually make some cavity covers. Like I can send you all this flame trim stuff here. Rage, I'm happy to put something in an envelope for you too, my friend. If you want to make a couple little truss rod covers or something like that, let me know and I'll send you two guys a little bit of that. Eagle Eyes, what is happening? Welcome on in. Thank you very much. I'm just going to go and plane these two guys down a little bit. Give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a little moment. Let me just grab this power cord and do this quickly. Let's go. All right. I've squared these guys up so there's no lumps and bumps. These guys will go in here like so. Ooh ya ya, ooh ya ya. There's a little bit of lag at the moment. I don't know. Software here in case there's some stuff running. Willie won't go. What is happening? Okay. There's a little bit of lag. I'm just making sure I kill whatever's running. Give me a second here, guys. I just want to make sure there's no funny business going on. Okay, I think we're good now. We'll see. That should be okay. It's a little bit jumpy. That's all right. We'll work it out. So we've got these guys, which are going to go in here. So what I need to do though is, and I don't have, I need to now mark out how much of this neck I need to trim down, and I need to mark out where the body's going. So I'm going to place the body template under this neck. So let's move these guys around. Take these truss rod and stabilizer rods out of there. Let's get the body under here and have a quick squiz, as they say. A quick squiz at the length of this thing. Now I've marked this length here. As you can see, there's a line here at the base. What's going on there? There's an update going on. That's why it's a little bit laggy. My software is updating, so bear with me. What's going on here? The ghost just opened the door again. He does that every now and then. It just opens on its own. I don't know. Doesn't bother me. He's all right. I think he's a good guy. I think he's one of us. So I'm going to line this guy up here like so. And I'm going to measure out where this body ends. So we've got these horns here. I'm going to just measure that out. So if we've got this body down here like so, mark that there. It goes like that. Let me go a bit further down. There we go, like that. That's what we want. Okay, that's there, and I can mark out where this horn ends and the rest begins. Where's that pencil gone? I'll just use this for So I'm just measuring. What am I measuring? I am measuring the length of this neck through the body and where the horns join the neck, because that part here needs to remain wider down here, and we're going to taper that just slightly in there. Now that goes straight across like that, so I'm going to make my horns go straight into there. This one goes straight to there. Okay. Am I even centered? I don't even know if I'm centered yet. Let me put this on top. There's the center line. Okay, that's better. Let's measure that. There we go. There we go. There and there. And there's the center. Okay. We're good. So that horn comes to there. Mark that. Mark that just here. Just going to mark that across there just to give you an idea of where the body profile goes. And of course the neck will taper. How do we taper? Like so. And from there. So that'll come in. Not too much. Not too much. It's pretty wide, but it needs to come down about maybe half an inch on each side. I'll measure that and see what we've got there. It's 77. Okay, so it's a little bit wide there, and we need it to be about 44 at this end. So it's 75 there, and this is what, 75. Okay, so it's 75 and 75. It's going to go to about 60 there, and about 44 or 45 on this end here. I'll get the dimensions of that neck template, and that'll tell me exactly what I need. But I do know the length of the body, and I know how much width to take out. So what we've got to do is grab the width of this, which is 75, 3 inches exactly, 3 inches exactly, 75 millimeters. And what we need to do is split that in half. So that's 37 and a half millimeters. And we need to take 37 and a half millimeters, or an inch and almost an inch and a half off the middle of this, because we don't want the base to be that wide. We want it to be the proper width of a guitar. So we're going to take off from the center 37.5, which is right there. Let's make it 37. And I'm going to draw a line down there with a straight edge. Let me get my straight edge. Let me get my straight edge. And this is what we're going to saw off. And it's going to be a piece of silky oak, which would also make a nice turning blank for some knobs, for some volume or tone control knobs. Let me just draw a line through this guy. And we're going to mock this up in a minute. I'll show you what this guy's going to look like. So there's the line that we're going to cut down in there. We'll do the other side as well. Here's the other guy. Take, oopsie daisy, 37 off each side. Does that make sense, Terry, what I'm doing here? Let me show you in a minute, and it will make sense when I show you. Okay, there's the line. Now, they say, if we pop these guys together, down here, if we pop these guys together, let's move these clamps. Like so, what you're going to have by cutting that off, the overlay of this guy is going to sit in there. You can see how much it covers. There it is, right between the lines. Perfect. There it is. Bring that down to there, and there it is. That's what you're going to get. Let me show you that. Okay, so there it is there. That neck is going to fit between these two pieces. Of course, if I move this back, you'll see there's the edge. So we've got to take off that little piece there that we marked and that little piece there. And that way we'll have that gap to drop this neck into. Line it up with this profile right there. Something like that. Center lined. Yep, good. And that'll go like that. And there's our base neck going through there. And of course that cap will eventually go over the top. Okay? The cap will go over the top. All right. Are we getting the hang of it? Are we sort of getting the gist? I need a break. Let me just have a break and put some of these swords away. I need a drink of water. My throat's a little bit dry. How you all doing, guys and girls? Welcome to the show. I'll have lots of time on my hands in the next week or so, given the changes in our work situation here in the country. I will have more time here. Cheers, big ears. Bowls Dip with a resub. Ha! What's going on, Bowls Dip? 7 months, congratulations. It's going to be good, Nifty. If it plays as well as it looks, it's going to be a winner. I think it's going to be a winner. Let me put some of this stuff away. We've got a mess here, so I want to just tidy up quickly. While I talk to you guys, hopefully you're all having a good day, evening, afternoon, whatever you want to call it. Pop that guy up there on the wall of shame, as I call it, or the wall of shave. Put my other saw in here. Step on down. Let's get some of these clamps away. Terry's favourite things. Terry's favourite things are clamps and nut slotting files. Dana, what is going on? Absolutely. Dig in, don't wait. Have a drink on me. I'm still sad that those gorgeous front side, all the work. Yeah, Dana, you'll see it on the back though, because the neck will expose that striping, that pin striping, right? And I could always leave the headstock blank, but I don't want to. I want it to be a really, really flashy base, right? You're going to get, yeah, you'll see it on the neck, on the back, absolutely. And you'll see it all the way through the back, not only the neck, but also the back of the body. The wings, you'll see that go all the way from the top of the headstock on the back side, where it's carved, all the way down to the base of the base, the base of the base. Who's going night-night? No. The back of the neck, Dana. The back of the neck. So let me explain to you, young lady. When you flip this thing over like a pancake, so that's the front. That's getting a fretboard on it. But when we flip it over, you're going to have the volute here, stripes up this end where the headstock is. You're going to have the 4 tuners screwed into place in the holes. You're going to have that neck coming down, the volute. You're going to have a carved neck with those 2 stripes. The body, the wings attach here. The wings attach right here where we are now. And yet the stripe's going to go all the way to the base. You're going to see it all the way down the bottom. It's going to be fantastic all the way to the bottom. So there you go. You will see that beautiful stripe all the way down the back. You just like the stripes. Yeah, it is a classic look. It's that 5-piece laminate, the old Ibanez's, some of the old Yamaha bases. They had that stuff as well. We've got to cut the rest of this out, but I'm not going to do that now. What I do want to do is cut this. I'll do that later on the bandsaw. So what I want to do now, guys and girls, is route a couple of channels for this guy here. To put these guys in here, right? I'm going to route the channels to a 1/4 inch, and I'm going to sink these 6 by 9 pieces, 6 by 9 millimeters square, rectangular, I should say, pieces of ebony in there for support. Okay. The jock strap of guitars. That's what it is, support. So we're going to do that, and we're going to route those 2. I'm not going to route the truss rod until I get the actual truss rod because I want to get the length just right. But these guys are going to go almost pretty much the length of the neck to the body. They're going to give it a little bit more stiffness around the edges, just over, and it's going to embed just in between those guys. What I need to do is get the tapers of this guy here. And I don't have my dimensions for that yet. But okay, what I'll do is I'll draw the 45 across the middle here. 44, 44, 45. It's where the nut is. It's where the fretboard ends. So 22 on either side, there and there. Perfect. That's exactly what I've got here. 44. And what I'm going, that's the edge. So it's got to go pretty much just inside that edge. It's got to go almost to the center. Drop it down lower. Almost. That Paduk goes all the way through, remember? I'm going to do that later. I've got to get these guys measured up properly, and I want to get the dimensions of the neck. Let's work on the body. Let's start by looking at where we need to route this guy and start getting some holes in the body and get those cavities done so that we get that chambering. This is a chambered body after all. One side's going to need a belly cut as well. We may as well plan that guy. I need to make sure that I've got those lines marked in. Let's do that. Mark those in nice and dark so we can see what we're cutting away. And I'll do that on the table saw later and get a nice straight cut through there. That's got to go. All that stuff has to go. That's got to go here. So that's going. And so is this. And I'm going to measure that now just to make sure I did it right. Okay. That's got to go. So if we measure that together, we've got approximately, or not approximately, but exactly 30, 30, 1, 2, 3, 36, 37. And this side is 37 as well. And this is 37, and this side is 37. So that leaves us 74. If my maths is correct, and if I measure this guy, I think we said it was 75 or so, which is fine. 75. Right, 75. So I have. So I can effectively work off that. And we're going to put some cavities in here. We need to work out what we need to do. Now, there's going to be a belly cut going in here. Okay, so the back of this cut is going to go, and I'll mark that out in a little while. What I want to do is I want to prepare the cavities for this guy. So we're going to have cavities all the way down here. We're going to go roughly an inch or 3/4 of an inch inside that body. I'm going to go thicker here. Leave a lot of room there for that belly cut, because I don't want to go through that belly cut. Go up to here. And leave about a ½ inch down here. Perfect. Okay, so that's got to go. It's got to go. That stays solid in there, all the way around there. Actually, I might bring that. That's going to stay. We've got a chamber out of there. We need a big chamber out of here as well. Now this is going to be interesting because most of this is going to go because we've got controls going through there. So we'll be able to drill right through that guy and have our three knobs there, 2 volumes and a tone probably. He's probably going to have either 2 jazz pickups or a precision pickup here in the neck position and a jazz at the base where the bridge is, at the bottom where the bridge is. But I need to chamber this guy in here a little as well. So what I'll do is I will mark this guy out here. Leave that intact. That's going. And I guess that's the edge. And we're going to just go into there. So all that's going to go. Okay. Chamber. No F holes. Chamber though, that's going to take a lot of the weight out, but still leave a substantial piece of weight with that neck through and some of this thick area in here. And there's enough thickness there at 45 to make that bingo, Bob's your uncle. Some holes in here. Deep on this side. On this side we can go right through. On this side for it. I won't go right through until I mark out where the controllers are going to go. But we need to go at least 20 millimeters deep. This side we're definitely going to go, or 25, an inch deep at least at the front. This will go further. We're going to have this guy go down not as deep, probably about 20, and that'll allow us enough leeway to put a carve in there, and have got this area here to consider to allow for that carve so that we don't lose and actually get paper thin through there. We don't want that. Does that make sense? All right. So we need to mark out some holes here. So let's catch up on the chat, and I'll grab my little drills and start planning that out. Let me just quickly flick over, see what you guys are on to. Do I have Discord? I love your passion for creation and music, your handiwork and person. Look, yes, we do have a Discord. Have you got the Discord? There's the link there. Look, Terry is so good with the link. You'll find us on there. There's a whole bunch of other guys too as well. Bolsey, you need to find out. Check out Hank Budd and check out Orbiter Guitars and check out Jerry and check out B. Bumstead. They're all good guys and they make beautiful instruments and work on beautiful instruments. So you need to, and their personalities are great too. But thank you for saying so. And look at that. Terry has explained it because that's what Terry does. No, that's cool. That's cool, Ballsy. Great to have you here. Stretch, Leslie. Let's do the stretch. Come on. Join in. Hands out. Roll those shoulders out. Turn those wrists out. Big breath. Crack that back. Not quite, but you know what I mean. Chin in. Oh, that hurts. That really hurts. I can feel that through my shoulder blades. Because when you're doing this all the time, it does catch up with you. So big stretch. Lock the neck. Get the lat stretched. Sides. Thank you very much. We're feeling much, much more upright. There they are there. Terry's doing her thing, or Dana's doing her thing, I should say. Very therapeutic. It is very therapeutic. I do this because it literally saved me. Doing this stuff, building guitars firstly on my own and not streaming years ago, 13 or 14 years ago now. 2009, 14 years ago. It saved me. It put me in a place, I was in a bad place, and this put me in a good place. So I owe it all to this mucking around stuff, you know, cutting up wood and making stuff. And it's important. It's highly important for me to do that. Let's get the drills out. Let's mark out where we want some holes. Let's get some holes done in this thing, right? Let's go. Workbench. Okay. We know what we're cutting out. We know what we're drilling out. Let's get the drilling done before we commit to anything else. It's all important to do these things in the right order. There is no wrong order, but there is a right order, if that makes sense. There's a preferred order. Now I'm going to use this big mofo right here. This is a 30 mil. This is like 1.25 inches. It's a big guy. It's the biggest guy I've got. I do have actually hole saws, but I don't want to use hole saws. I need to bore it out. But what this is going to do is it's going to allow us to do this. And that is to place these guys where we want them and mark out a hole, right? And give us an idea of where we're going to lay out these guys. So let's go. And one there. Need smaller ones in here. I'm going to grab the little guys, these little baby guys. We're going to put this little guy in here. Grab the 3/4 inch and put some of those smaller ones, medium-sized holes right here. Just checking. I'm only using the drill to see how far away from the edges I am. I could go bigger. I will go bigger because I want to have less to route, if you know what I mean. Because all the edges will be straightened out with a router. I'll freehand that with a router and then use a bearing bit to get it cleaned to the bottom. But yeah, that one fits better. Put that one there, like so. And that's too big there. So what I'll do here is go a smaller one there and keep a smaller one going because that's just the right width to get through there. That channel right There's our holes marked out there. Let's do this side. We're going to start off with baby guy. Baby guy is here. Put one right in that point there. Right there. And then we're going to use a slightly bigger one. One in there. One in there. And one in there. And one in here. The bigger one now. There. And then we get the big fat guy, the big chubby guy, 300 pounds, 6'11". We go pretty much around the edge of this guy. Marking out where we want those. There, a couple in the middle here, and we're good to go. There we go. So we can do this one first. I'm going to go down an inch on this side. I've marked these out so I know how far down to go. I just got to get the other ones that are relevant. I need the small baby guy. This guy here. I'm going to mark that down an inch. Let me measure that and mark that out. Let me get my pen. Let me measure that dude. We need a hole of an inch deep. Right there. Okay, good. Marking out. Very nice. That's very good. Okay. That's an inch. We need an inch on this guy. I think it's already marked. It is. It's that second line. I'll just remark that, make it a little bit brighter. It just gives me a visual, just a rough visual. I clean it out with a router later and get it all nice and flat and clean. And then we need an inch on this guy as well. And that's already marked as well. I just got to remember which one it was. It is the second line as well. So second line for the big guys. First line for the other guy. And we'll probably move that camera into the next room and drill some holes. Let's do that. Let's go make some mess. Shall we do that? Who wants to make a mess with me? Who wants to mess up the joint with Manny? Let's go. We can do it. We can make a complete mess out of everything. I've got to find my cap. Let me get that out. I'll just drop that pen cap. Otherwise we'll have dry Sharpies, and dry Sharpies are not very good. They don't write very well. Okay, got it. I'll switch over. I'll move that camera for you and we'll go into the other room. Let's have a catch up with the chat. Woo! Roustabout. The roustabout router. Here it is. You're funny. You've created so many commands you don't even know how many you've got. You surprise yourself. Your neighbor has an axe throwing arena in his backyard. Is he crazy? He doesn't socialize at all. There's my answer. All he listens to Madam Butterfly while throwing. And you're still living there. It is hilarious. What a nut job. Let's do it. Okay, we're doing it. moving over to the next room with the brand new spanking brand new camera, which gives us good optical clarity and dexterity, whatever that means. Pull it out, grab these support cables, extend it, come on, nope, got the legs caught, hang on, grab all our little drills while we're at it. Where is the leg? And why is it caught? Ah. Gotcha. Not much room, as I said. I've got crap everywhere. It's a big build, physically big as well. Let's grab this camera. Let's go to the next room. We'll line this girl up, and then we'll come back and grab our pieces and slice it and dice it and drill it out. Let's go. Let's have a look at that. What have we got? What have we got? Checking 1, 2, 3. Checking 1, 2, 3. Booyah! Right, we're almost there. How's that, Terry? Can you see the drill? Oh yeah, that's close enough, sort of. Is that better? That's better. It's centered, sort of. Okay. Grab our piece. We'll start with this side. We'll grab that guy. We'll grab our drills. Let's go. Ba-da-ba-da. Ba-da-ba-da. Why? Exactly. Why? That's how Willie speaks. It's Willie talk. I need a little bit of wood under this guy because I don't want to scratch this baby guy up too much. I need to get rid of this guy. I need to lower this guy. Let's turn some lights on. How does that look, guys? How is that looking? Oh, yeah, you can see that's perfect. Okay, cool. Let's close this door because the ghost is opening the doors yet again. Shoo, ghost, shoo, go away. I'm not in the mood. Drop that down. Let's relieve this destroyed sand drum doobie whacker. We'll fix that up later. We'll put another one on there. Let's make some noise, as they say. Okay, that guy's good there. It's keeping it nice and level, not scratching on that metal surface. And we're going to have to put a bit in there. We'll start off with a big guy. Get these big guys done first in here. Opens the mouth and say, "Oh." Okay, there we go. Tighten that up. Can you hear me okay? Give me a 1 in the chat if you can hear me okay. Let's make sure this camera, the camera mic is working. I just smashed my knuckles onto a cast iron drill chassis. Don't recommend it for anyone. Okay. Is there a 1? Apparently, the leafy greens are okay with the bot, but adult incentives are frowned upon. Activities are frowned upon. Oh, okay, good. Can you hear me in that other room? Was that okay in that room? Could you hear? Terry, what does that mean? Mask. Yes, I'll get my mask. You're always looking out for me. You're like the mother I never had. Or the sister I never had. I did have a mother. I still do. But I've got to find it. Where the heck is it? Damn. What did I do with the mask? It was hanging up. It was hanging up. It was hanging up. Hang on a second. Just got to find my mask. Here we go. Oh, here it is. We'll just wear this one. I've got the bluey. We'll do the blue one. There's not going to be too much sawdust, so it's not too bad. But I will put this one on. The other one. Oh, that's right. I think I've got it. I think I've put it in the other room. I'm going to change the filters on it. This one's got new ones. I'll just whack this one on. One. Okay, we can hear. We can hear in the other room. That's good. Let's put this on. I wouldn't know. Okay. Oh, damn it. I've just pulled the cartridge out. Oh, here we go. I'll just wear this one. It's fine. Here we go. This one's good to go. See you, Dana. Go, Betty Boys. Sleep well. We'll catch you next time. I'll be back tomorrow. Okay, I'm good to go, Dana. Terry, I'm good to go. Let's go. Adjust the depth first. We're good to go. Let's go. grab the other one and we'll get the other large ones done while we've still got this drill bit in. So there's that side pretty much done. We've just got to do a couple of small ones there and up there. But I'll change those over in a second. What do we got? Lisa's off to bed. Good night, Lisa. Okay, let's grab the other one. This guy here. I'll get into there and do that one. Let's roll, part 2. Over. Okay, let's look over. Take this off. What have we got on the chat? Lisa's off to bed. Good night, Lisa. We said 4,000 teal. Okay, so here's our chambers. Rough cut. We got a. I've left that big section in there so that when I do the belly cut and I do cut into there, I've got enough flesh to not break through into that cavity area. We don't want a hole in the back of the guitar. So that's good. That's that one. The other one is a little bit more straightforward because it hasn't got a cut on the back. So it's just a little bit more straightforward. That's all done. Now we just need to get that, so you can see the depth there. Need to get that cleaned out down to about an inch, cleaned out with a router, and then we're good to go. We might just do one side of that now and finish up there. But let's clamp that down and do one side of that now while we can. I will quickly get the other camera back. Here comes the cam, here comes the cam, here comes the cam. There's the cam, there's the cam, there's the cam. How the heck did I wrap it up? Okay. I'm just going to grab my router and get that guy routed out. Routed out. See where we're at. So I'm going to move one of these. I'm going to do this side first. Clean that out. I'm going to, that's all clamped down. I'm going to clamp this guy down. Terry, do we need to clamp this guy down? Absolutely. Clamp that guy up there. Work off here. Grab some clamps. Where are those clamps, Terry? Where are those clamps, Terry? Ba-doo, ba-ba-doo. A couple of clamps will do. One there und one und that side. And one's here. And then we've got work to do here. So let's grab our router. Router, where is that router container? Here it is. We need safety gear again now. We've got to put that stuff back on. Let's get the stuff out. I've got the little bearing on there, the little cutter. I'll start with that little guy. Just get down and do a little bit of freehand around the edges. Once I get the freehand down, I'll put the bigger bit down and we'll get down to the right depth. So I'll leave that in. That's in place. That's good. It's good to go. What I need to do is bring that up. That's tight. I know that for a fact. I need masks and I need safety gear. So let's get this guy down. Terry, mask. Leslie's 4,000 tealing as well. Okay. See you, Leslie. I'll catch you next time. On the other side, as they say. See you on the other side. My gloves on, and we're ready to go. Power cord. Power cord. Make sure that's switched off. It is. Let's test this guy out. Okay. Going to rotate this slightly.
Okay, I'm just going to flip this over and do this side. Right. I have to be careful here because there's a that's good to go. There. Do the second round, I think. Whew. There. All right. Okay, there's one. I still need to clean that up. There's some high spots in there. I'm going to use the router base. I'm going to change the router base and slide over those large areas. But that's basically one of the chambers there. Okay, one of the chambers there. I need to get the other chamber done as well. We'll start on that as well. Let's move over that. Let's do a bit of that, eh? How are we going, guys? What's happening? Who else is on? Who else? Is that Nathan? Nathan's on as well. Semi-hollow body. Yes, it's a base. Woo! Okay, let's get this side started as well. This up. Freehand. It's freehand. Sucker. Woo! Woo! Okay, let's keep going. let's keep going. Nearly there, nearly there. There's a bit here. Get down deeper. Let's go to the bottom. Oh man. Nearly there. One more around this side. Oh man. That was good. Yeah. There we go. All right, we're nearly there. We've got a big, the edge is up here, but we've got this big piece through there, so we can actually do the belly carve through there and not affect, not come through the back. Let's get this stuck. All right, that'll do. I'm going to clean that up another time. My back's had it. So I'm going to take a break. There's the other chamber there. I'll give you guys a look on the main screen. All right. Let's have a look here. Where are we? Let me take this off.
Woo! Woo! Okay. All right, we're starting to get this. There's that chamber. You can see the depth in that. And of course, that middle section is going to go. And we're going to have that a neck through. I'll show you the neck for those guys like Nathan that did see it earlier on. I'll pop this down here on the bench. And I'll pop these pieces down, grab that neck, and give you a little look at what we got going. I'll mock it up, as they say. Mock it up. What have we got there? Stretch Grey Dog with a tier 1 sub. Thank you very much. 30 months. Grey dogs in the house. Good stuff. Thank you. Whew. Let me grab the neck. Here's the neck through. So there's the neck. One big long piece. So we got maple, paduk, maple, paduk, maple. We've got that angled headstock cut away. We've got to get the other side cut, of course, as well. Let's pop that up, and I'll just mock that up for you guys to see what it's going to look like. So essentially, it's going to be something like this. I'll just clamp it down to show you guys. And then I'll switch over the camera so you can get a good look. There we go. Something like that. Let's bring that up. Let's get a look at that little guy there. Okay, something like that. And you're going to have this cap here, the bacon wood cap, over the top. Okay. And of course, we've got a rosewood fretboard. I'll lay down like that. Okay, she's going to be something else. Something else. Woo! And I'm done. I'm exhausted. So I've got to clean that guy out. I'm going to get the other base plate for that router. I've got a big Perspex. Yeah. And I've got this guy built specifically for the cavities. So we're going to pop this guy down onto the router, screw that into the base of the router, and we're going to that's going to give stability over that whole surface. We're going to go in here and clean all that up. Clean all those up. Get all that nice and flat and clean. And then we'll have those chambers the way we want them to be. Then we have to cut 1.5 inches off each side of this center piece here. So we've got to take 1.5 inches off each piece. And of course, slip in that neck to replace that gap that we're cutting away, so that the base remains that size, so it doesn't get too wide. It's not an 8-string. If it was an 8-string, I'd make it wider, but it's not. So we'll keep it a nice, normal, compact body. That's the kind of thing we're doing there, like that. And that's what we'll do. And I will continue that tomorrow. I'm going to head off now. I'm absolutely knackered, and I'm going to get some lunch, and I'm going to chill out for a little bit before I get stuck into this afternoon. Let me catch up with the chat, see what else is going on. So, let me get my glasses on. I can't see jack without them. Bacon base, there it is there. Thank you very much, Grey Dog. You are awesome, my friend. Bacon base is where it's at. That's the command that Terry has, and it tells us what that stuff's made of, what the materials are for that guy. And we've got Rhinus Leatherworks, if we want to go and have a look at him, and I think I will raid him because he's a good guy. And I'll head off. Raid, for those of you that want to hang around, Rhinus_Leatherworks. Enter. Oh, it's taking its time. A little bit on the slow side. Here we go. Bang. Let's see if that does that. Guys and girls, thank you for being here. I'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow's my Saturday, but I don't have soccer anymore. So I can do a couple of hours. No dramas. No dramas. So thank you very much for being here and for hanging out with us. And we'll continue tomorrow. We've got that guy. We've also got this guy. Don't forget Odin. Don't forget Odin. We've got to get this guy finished off very, very soon. We've got the green there. We've got to put a little bit more green. Terry, we've got to do it again, just in there. Just in there to cover that little gap between the pickups. He wants the pickup rings to overlap, so I've got to do pretty much that little half-inch space just between there. Just a little bit more. Dab, 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 dab,